Launch control active. 4.3 seconds and 411. Wow, this is much faster. Alright guys, so this is the iX3, the all-new Neue Klasse BMW, and look at this. Wow. Oh, this is really stable. This is the future, the Neue Klasse, the new design language for the BMW. Also I can see on the panoramic screen what is happening, and everything is highlighted where the car is going. BMW says that everything is good, so now you can relax. Alright guys, so let's take a closer look at the exterior of the iX3. So this is the all-new, the first model from the Neue Klasse lineup. This is the revolution, not the evolution. This is the revolution for the BMW, the whole new design language. Everything is new. The exterior, interior, so this is the completely new vehicle. Also the technical architecture is brand new. So we can see this is completely new. But what I also love is that the front design is really this heritage design for BMW with these vertical, smaller kidney grills. And this is also the M Sport. So M Sport, you can see the M Sport design, the front bumper, front apron, and also we have the integration of the LED lights. So these are integrated sort of into the kidney grille together with this new design language. So this is illuminated and it's a part of the light, so it's like a one, we can say one piece. Really distinctive and interesting design. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. What I also love is the combination of this spec, of this blue and this light interior color. Shortly we will go and check out the interior as well, but in my opinion this is what is interesting, the dark exterior, either this blue or for example black or dark gray for example, and this white interior. So it does look really great and so futuristic in the interior, so we will check this out very shortly. So from the side the whole car looks like a off-roader, like a bulky, this rugged version of the vehicle in my opinion. And from side profile it does look really great in my humble opinion. So I quite like how this car looks from the silhouette. It has sort of like a messy or rugged look to it. Of course these are, we can say, smaller wheels, but in reality these are 20-inch wheels. So this is the starting point, 20-inch, then you have 21 and 22. And in terms of the size, let's go ahead and check out. These are the Goodyear winter tires, of course, because we are finishing winter currently, Ultra Grip Performance 3, and the tire size is 255, 45, R20. And at the back we have 255, 45, R20, so the same, at least for this winter setup. So everything is sort of hidden here, as you can see. The arches, wheel arches, everything is sort of built in this new design language. And as you can see here, it really does this, it really has this prominent futuristic look for the BMW. So if I would compare this design language, I would compare this to the Mercedes EQ, because that one was also sort of futuristic, but not as much a retro in the EQ. It was all futuristic. This one also has the retro, some elements, like for example the front grille. From the back it's, you can say, really futuristic also with this design of the tail lamps. So these tail lamps are horizontal, as you can see here, and they are very nice looking in my humble opinion. They are sort of clear and of course they light up red, so very interesting application of this as well. So of course main rival of this car is the Mercedes GLC electric. Also all new architecture, everything is new with the GLC, and I will drive the GLC very soon as well, so stay tuned for that. Now let's check out the boot capacity. So the boot in the iX3 is actually smaller than in the GLC, believe it or not, but it is smaller. But looking at this with my own eyes, of course, this is, to me it looks fine. Of course there are some differences, the GLC has larger boot, but overall it doesn't look small in my opinion. And also here underneath you can see some additional storage space, and overall it just looks fine to me, so no, doesn't look like a small boot to me. Also, as you can see, I don't see the tow bar here, so yeah, I'm not sure if it's available, but I don't see any button for the tow bar, so that's something to keep in mind. The GLC has a tow bar. Let's close this. Of course, the tailgate is electric. And now let's go ahead and check out the frunk. So the frunk is mainly for the cables. Also check out sneak peek of the interior. So this is really futuristic with these 3 displays underneath the window, the windshield. Now let's open the frunk. So here 2 times. It looks very futuristic. The steering wheel, this is something else in terms of the new design. So here is the frunk, and it's sort of closed at first glance. Also here is windshield washer fluid, and here you can see storage space for the cables, charging. You can leave them at home if you want, and then you have a storage space. Also, storage space in terms of the frunk is smaller than on the GLC. This is what it is, so just wanted to mention this. But you can put something like a smaller things here. It's not super small, but it's not big either. So essentially here also you have this is like a compressor, I believe. Yes. So yeah, it's on the smaller side, but at least it is here. This is a all-wheel drive xDrive. And as you can see here, we have the iX350. So this is the only version for now. Really powerful. A little bit less, of course, than in the GLC currently. The more powerful version of the X3 is coming, and also less powerful. So this is like a solid. It's under 5 seconds, but yeah, I think it's sufficient in terms of the power for sure. For daily driving, plenty of power for sure. I just noticed that I match the color of my jacket with the color of the vehicle. So yeah, this color is really nice, and I truly like it. It's like it looks like expensive blue, like this luxury blue. Very nice. A little bit of the it goes a little bit in like a gray shade, this blue, and it's so nice. Really, I didn't expect to love it as much, this color, but it is beautiful. Also, everything is blacked out on the vehicle, so dark, deep gloss elements. Alright guys, so it's time to check out the interior, and we have pop-up door handles. They sort of have a really easy way to open them, so that's really interesting. First, let's check out these door cards. So this is a white leather interior, and of course also dark black leather. Here is a door opener, windows. They have sort of matte black plastic design with this like a smaller aluminum design. Controls for the windows, for the tailgate button, and you can see controls for the seats now on the doors as well, and also buttons to close the vehicle and the seat menu. The door pockets are here, of course. They're not the biggest ones, so yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, could be bigger, but it is what it is. Also, here is a speaker, and of course we have here the Harman Kardon. So this is the, of course, premium surround sound system. And now let's go ahead and check out this interior. So this is the panoramic interior with panoramic display here. So you can see here the display. Really interesting how they actually designed it. And when I first started to drive this, I actually got pretty quickly used to it. So I'm myself surprised how quickly I got used to this interior. I didn't personally expect it. And these are the seats with sort of gray leather here as well, and like a fabric, a little bit of the fabric piping, and really great design of the seats and really comfortable. And also check out here, we have the door seals with BMW M design, and also very interesting design of the pedals. Check these out. Alright, so let's hop inside. Door closing sound, this is how you open it. It's actually pretty easy. Now let's go ahead and check out the interior. So this is how you can see from the road. And essentially this is how you can see the display now also against the sun. So here is the sun. So that's also interesting, and this is what you essentially see. So you can see we are now in park, you can see the charging and the range. Of course, how many kilometers, the odometer, and then you can see some other information. This is what I set in the menu. So this is temperature, altitude, and air quality. And also I set here some other technical parameters like the temperature of the battery and accelerator, this sort of stuff. So I set this as well. So when I'm sitting here, what do I feel? I feel like this display, which is underneath the windshield, sort of hidden, it's quite away from me, this one. Of course, now I'm sitting more far in the back, so I can film the vehicle. But when I'm sitting like a driving position, then I would say it feels like it's much more deep inside this display, and the display is on the bottom, and it's sort of projecting on this, we can say, glass above it. And a very interesting application. First, when I was thinking about it, before I saw the car, I was like, how would it be? But it's very easy to read, and I thought it would be difficult to read, but it's easy to read. And you don't have too much information there, so it's, for me, it's fine. It's useful, and it's not complicated. So this is what I like about this panoramic system of a display, of 3 displays. And then you have huge, you can say, screen in the middle, and this one is also really interesting because the CarPlay is huge, and of course the BMW system is really nice with animation and everything here. So I really do love how it actually responds and everything, how it works. So this is essentially first drive for myself, so this will not be a deep dive into the infotainment system, but you can see something is from the iDrive, and it does look really interesting and in a good way. I like it how it looks, and when I touch something it sort of highlights. So this is what I also like. For example, here if I touch on the, let's say, on the home, it sort of highlights in blue. Check this out. And then you have sort of like a animation. And also, for example, if I touch here on the driving modes, and for example, I select the sport mode, the whole screen sort of has this animation. It's very cool. And everything is now dark. And also the panoramic display here is in different colors. It's in red, and also have here different information, more like a sporty application. So you have like a charge levels and how much you are using power. And also here you can see the G-forces. So very interesting how they actually change the whole system with the sport mode. Essentially the personal is like a comfort mode, then sport is a sport mode, and efficient is like a eco mode, and silent is sort of silent. So it essentially turns off the 2 displays there, and you have only this one. So very interesting as well. So mainly I was driving in personal, but I also tried a little bit of the sport, and the whole car does feel really good inside. I was surprised. Steering wheel. So this one has completely new design for the BMW. Then you can have also M Sport, which has different design without this on the top, without this top portion, and then you have like this design. So that's also what you can choose. Okay, so one thing what I want to say about this steering wheel is that it has a really like a go-kart feeling. So it's not big, and if you have hand like this, 3 and 9 o'clock, it does feel really like a go-karty. And also I have support here for my fingers on this, on the back of this portion here. So it really is interesting, and yeah, it's a good one in terms of the handling. It's more like a squared design, so it's not fully rounded. And yeah, also this top portion looks very futuristic, same like in the bottom part. And yeah, it's a bold move definitely to have this here. It does not block the view, so there's not a problem. I thought it would be a problem, but it's not the problem. And yeah, you control the assistant systems with these ones, and also with this one music and other things like a next track, a volume, and this sort of stuff. And also here we have like this is like a texture, like some fabric. Also I think this could be of course in different trims, so looks very good. Also you can have the panoramic sunroof. This one is not equipped, this vehicle, but you can get it as well, so it has very airy feeling here. That's also what I like. Also if you tap here on the vehicle, you can see all kinds of things with the vehicle, and also settings for the displays. So here for example is this Panoramic Vision display. You have driving related content, you can select content, personal dashboard. So for example here, this is the personal thing, so the two displays, and you can configure here, for example, what do you want to put here: distance, time when you arrive, compass, telephones, online connection, so many things which you can put here. So if you want, you can just put it like this. So this is the weather, then you have outside temperature, DC charging, distance. So for example, if I want to have a date here instead of the elevation, I can have the date there. So check this out. And if I put here the, for example, let's put the compass here, so watch there, it highlights as well. Check this out, and now it will change. So it's very easy, and yeah, I quite like this. It's, you know what this reminds me of, like these gauges which you had on the rally cars, on the Mitsubishi or Subaru, this with the pressure, oil pressure, this sort of stuff. So this is what it reminds me, these gauges. So pretty actually cool. Also you can turn them off, so then you don't have anything. So you can turn this very easily and disable sort of. But yeah, if it's there, I would have something there for sure. You can put time here and air quality. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Also you have BMW maps, you can have maps here, or trip settings, as you can see there. So today the consumption is 16.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and this is over 66 kilometers. So yeah, pretty good consumption in my opinion. Then we have dynamics, so you can see charge and G-forces as well. So overall, I'm I'm surprised that I like it so much. So yeah, it's fun to have it there. And yeah, you need time to get used to this. It's pretty fine, in my opinion. Also, of course, classic things here: mirror, of course, microphone, and you have controls for the lights here, SOS button. And then you have wireless chargers for your phone, USB-C ports, adjustable cup holders. Then you have the hazard lights, maximum AC on the windshield, volume, rear defrost. This is for the transmission. This is park. And on the inside here we have a storage space. So as you can see, I have here the headband cable. So it's not as big, but it is here, and also 12-volt socket. Underneath this tunnel, middle one, we have also some other storage space. I don't feel any USB-C ports, so just maybe here, no. So this is just a storage space. Yeah, this is just a storage space here, so you can put like a bag or something here. And then of course we have the glove compartment. So this one is on the smaller side, but of course it is what it is. And this fabric, I would choose different material, but it's sort of fine, like a rugged, like a nylon material. So yeah, that's pretty cool as well. Alright, and this is how the CarPlay looks in the iX3. Really interesting design and quite a large space which you are working with. So yeah, I quite like this, how it looks. And of course here you have player, search, and a huge navigation. And you have also widgets here, so you can have widgets as well. And here we have the BMW and all kinds of applications here as well. You can change, for example, the wallpaper. So we can choose this like a red one. And now we have like a red theme here as well. So it does look really fancy, and I quite like the CarPlay here. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and check out the rear section of the vehicle and yeah, what we can expect here. Let's hop inside. And these are the door cards with speakers, button, door lever, solid sound from the doors. And check out here, also connection. This is, I believe, for the tablet or some other accessories, tablet holder for example. So this is the space which you can get. This is the knee room. It's very spacious, I would say. Check this out. I can put my feet underneath the seat as well. The seat is in its lowest position. This is my sitting position. Then we have here the vents. These are more like traditional design, and also you have display for the temperatures. And then we have also USB-C ports here as well. In the back we have this is the anchor points on like a Velcro anchor points for the ISOFIX, like a Velcro system. And then you have also armrest here. It is like a pull, adjustable cup holders, and it's wide for 2 arms. Then also this can fold. Check this out. So this can fold, and we have 40-20-40 split, and then we have 40-20-40 split here as well. So yeah, for like a ski hatch, or you can also use it for like a golf bag, for example, depending what you want to carry around. So yeah, this is the setup. And in terms of the rear, this is, I think this is to mount net or cargo net, something like that, some accessory. This is also on this side. Then we have a hook here for a jacket and light here as well. And let me know what do you think about the front from the back, and how do you like this? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. So really futuristic. Once again, let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Alright guys, in terms of the headroom, we have nice amount here, actually plenty of space. Check this out. So that's really good in terms of the overall spaciousness, and I do feel really spacious here, that's true. And yeah, I feel great here. I'm actually surprised how positive thoughts I have when I'm sitting here. So yeah, I'm actually really liking this, and more than I actually expected. So yeah, it's very nice and cozy, even I would say cozy. I like it even more than the previous BMW interiors. So yeah, depending which one, but in general I like this one more. So it's sort of like clean design, like minimalistic. So yeah, this is what I really appreciate about this, that it has this sort of minimalistic vibes. Here we are on the gravel road, and I can immediately tell you that this thing is very nice in terms of the how it actually behaves. Even here on the gravel road, it's, I would even say, exceptional what BMW actually did with this vehicle, because it really feels like a great balance between the sport and comfort. This one, the iX3, does have a passive suspension, so there is no adjustable suspension and there is no air suspension, like for example in the electric GLC. So this is passive. Maybe in the future, maybe not, I'm not sure, but as of today there is only one suspension, the passive suspension, but they calibrated in a really great way. So that's what I really like and love about this vehicle. This one is really surprising with overall feel which I get when I drive this vehicle. It sort of feels like I'm in this comfortable cocoon, and yeah, it does really feel, I would even say, amazing. This calm vibe which I get from this vehicle. Well, here we get 469 horsepower, that's 305 45 kilowatts, 645 newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour or 62 miles per hour only in 4.9 seconds. But we will test it with GPS timing gear. What can we get today with winter tires? And this really feels like a go-kart steering wheel. It has not heavy, not light, this really nice balance. Of course, we can go to the sport mode, and now the screen will do animation, and also the panoramic display has different red colors, and also the info which I get here, the G-force and everything is different to what we actually get in the, let's say, comfort mode or personal mode. Launch control active. 4.3 seconds and 4.11 to 60 miles per hour. Wow, this is much faster than on the paper, 0.6 seconds faster than quoted time. Wow, this is a really powerful vehicle. I want to show you how the accelerator actually is powerful here. So the whole front is picking up. It's absolutely crazy in terms of the responsiveness. It's even, I don't want to get sick, so I'm going to leave it like this. But yeah, in my opinion, really amazing. Also here we have 0.66 in terms of the maximum G-force. I believe that's acceleration, yeah, because pointing down acceleration, and braking 0.32, but I didn't brake like maximum or anything. So yeah, overall I really do love the behavior which I get from this vehicle when I drive it. It can be a comfort car, it can be like a powerful car, so very usable in this regard. And also here we get the driving sound in the sport. Once again, if you're in sport, the suspension doesn't change because this is a passive suspension. So only the steering, brake and powertrain is more sharp. So let's see here what we can get in terms of the drive here. Okay, wow. Wow. Oh, this is really stable. I didn't expect that, and we are here with 20-inch winter tires, so full winter tires, and with 22-inch summer tires you will get even better result, I'm sure. So now assistance systems. This one, I have to tell you, I was driving before with assistance systems and it is really solid. Sometimes it does brake maybe in different way than I would brake, but otherwise it's nearly perfection. So yeah, really solid, and yeah, I think it is even improved. So let's try acceleration. Yeah, really nice. So much power, and for daily driving, plenty of power for sure. You could even go with the less powerful, of course. For daily driving it's not that big of a deal, but this one is plenty of speed. 4.3 seconds, that's, yeah, really fast. I think that's even faster than my A35 AMG. So yeah, pretty fast. We are talking about the, of course, family car. This is not a sports car, it's a family car for daily driving, but the pace is really there. Also, this car can recognize the roundabouts, so currently you need to also look at this, but it can lower the speed, but you need to pay attention who is going where. But it's now, I don't press on the accelerator, it's doing its own job. Now it will accelerate. How much? It's yeah, it's a soft, okay, it's a soft one. So yeah, and also steering, everything is really smooth, how it actually behaves on the road. So I'm very, very pleased with this. Alright, one thing what I want to show you as well is the parking assistant. So let's go ahead and test this. So we are going to cameras, 360 cameras, and here parking assistance, and we will now pick the spot where we actually will park. So you can see here, let's try this one. Let's try this one. Okay, and you can do forward or reverse. We will do reverse, and you can do start. Now it will do its job. Just monitor surroundings and take control if necessary. The car is saying. Also I can see on the panoramic screen what is happening, and everything is highlighted where the car is going. It is doing very smooth job, no jerkiness, nothing like that. Very secure and safe way of parking. Steering wheel is straight, so yeah, really fantastic. So let's continue with our journey. So now I'm very curious how the new GLC will drive, because this one is very solid. I didn't expect this, but it's driving, it does drive very nice. One thing also what I would keep in mind is with the steering wheel, if you hold it like this, some people do this still, it's not really possible, because this you cannot hold it fully. You can partially hold it like this, but it's not as comfortable like with traditional steering wheel. So this is something what I would, okay, now the assistant did a mistake because it switched to 100 kilometers while we are still in the city, so that's a mistake, but it does happen also with other as well here. So it's some problem in the map, I think, or I'm not sure where is the problem, but there is a small problem sometimes with this, so you also need to pay attention for sure. And I really do love how it's fast, this infotainment system. Also you can see here the shortcuts, a bunch of things here, ultra fast charging. Once again, we don't have time to try it today, but now we have 84% and I started with 100% fully charged. So we can see here consumption 17 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. I didn't do the highway driving a lot, just a little bit, so that's mainly here in the smaller cities, villages, and outside of the cities at 100 kilometers or 62 miles per hour at the maximum. Also now roundabout, let's check it out. Also it's fine. Okay, let's go. Also this car is going, we are slowing down. Okay, the car is doing everything. Okay, let's go car, let's go. Yeah, it's really nice. Okay, that was pretty smooth, and also it took into account car which was coming as well, so it didn't rush the process. So yeah, very easy, and so easy to drive it with assistant systems, and you can just relax, listen to music. The radio, I was listening to the radio, and this Harman Kardon is really solid. I enjoyed the quality of the sound system. Not audiophile or sound expert, but yeah, it sounded good to me, this audio system. So now outside of the city, the car is speeding up the process. The map is just huge here, and during night everything gets black, so it's not, of course, too bright. So yeah, I do really enjoy. Now it didn't have enough time to brake, so I had to brake myself. Okay, so yeah, now, because I think there is a new traffic sign and it was not in the database, so it had to read it from the camera, and probably it wasn't, yeah, the whole process wasn't as fast. So it's not ideal, but it's really good, the overall system. But of course you need to still pay attention, of course. So the range is very solid. It's at 600 kilometers. Now we are at 535 and we drove around 80 kilometers. So yeah, it's pretty correct in what it actually can estimate. So that's also great. And one thing also what is benefit in the iX3 versus the electric GLC is the battery. So here we have a larger battery. So that's also something to keep in mind. So these are more than any time previously neck to neck. So it really depends what you are looking for in terms of the overall preference, design, driving, price, everything, because they are quite a different. The electric GLC, of course, is more traditional setup in the interior. This one is more like a futuristic setup. So definitely it really depends what you want to have, the more futuristic approach to the interior or more traditional approach. Both are great in my opinion. It really is a personal preference what you actually prefer. So this portion of the road is more like loud. So this tarmac, this asphalt is more like a loud one. So all cars which I drove are noisy on this portion of the road, but otherwise it was really silent, this vehicle. But even here on this one is not as loud as some other vehicles. So yeah, the sound insulation of this one is very solid. And the panoramic iDrive, it's sort of hidden underneath the windshield, so it doesn't really, it's not bothering me at all. Often I don't even look there, so it's something, of course, which you need to get used to, something new for sure. And yeah, just so easy acceleration on this one. Also in the front we have a super small BMW. Can you guess the model? Write to know in the comment section down below. It's a sort of first electric and also hybrid small BMW, really quirky, we can say. Tiny tires. Alright, so now we are following the small BMW, which I hope you commented what kind of model is that. I think it also has opened the sunroof or something like that. And we are still on the assistance systems, so let's see what it's very cautious. Okay, I'm going to turn it off. So it was very cautious, but some people may prefer it. For me this turn was really cautious, so the car braked too much for my liking, but of course for the safety, why not? But yeah, for a little bit powerful driving I like it more sporty. So now we will go on the highway for a little bit, and then we will see also what we can get in terms of the highway driving. Alright guys, so now we are in the traffic jam, which is slowly moving, so it's not a jam per se, but it is a very slow moving traffic. A little bit stop and go as well, and I just turned on the assistance systems and I'm relaxing absolutely here. So the car is doing everything. Of course I need to hold the steering wheel from time to time. In the future I hope in these sort of slow scenarios it will be not necessary to hold the steering wheel. And I know in some markets, for example in Germany, you can already do that. So it really is it depends on the it's a matter of time, we can say. But overall I'm very at ease. I'm not even stressed. I'm really fine here, and yeah, I just can relax, listen to music, and just wait until I arrived to the destination. You can see the X5 driver is not patient because they don't have the assistance systems, or maybe they are rushing for sure for something. But here in the iX3 it's very easy and very slow. Everything is so easy, and yeah, really I would even say easy, definitely easy. And we are just following the slow moving traffic and just enjoying. You can see all good, so BMW says that everything is good, so now you can relax, and that's amazing. Alright, so this is how it looks in the nighttime. You can see ambient lighting in the vehicle. It's sort of subtle, and 3 displays for the iDrive, panoramic iDrive, and also one large screen in the middle. So yeah, this is the new setup for the future and current Neue Klasse BMW. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below.